Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you're doing great. So today we're going to do a progression to get towards a pistol squat. So to get there, you have to have strong glutes, especially in a single leg movement like a pistol squat. So we're going to do some single leg glute work, and we're also going to work on hip flexion. So this is taking the leg up, which we need that to be strong to do a pistol squat. We're also going to do a little ankle mobility, and a little later in the practice, we're going to step up onto something. So maybe grab a chair, a couple of yoga blocks, a box, or go to some steps. But you don't need it to start. So let's get started. We're going to start with doing a feet hip width distance squat, a passive squat. So a lot of us, when we do squats, we take our feet wide, and this is actually much easier for 99% of people. So you're going to take your feet about hip width. So that's about 2 fists between the arches of your feet. And if this feels really challenging, something that you can do is to slide a blanket underneath your heels. That's going to give you that little lift, which usually makes it a little bit easier. You can also come like me, as you can see I'm on the balls of my feet, but eventually I want you to try to get your heels down. That's just going to find this more in the hip crease. So pull your armpits towards your knees, and if sitting in this shape feels impossible, I'd recommend going to something that's stable and holding it. So anything that you can grip onto, that's going to help you stabilize yourself and create a little resistance so you don't fall back on your tailbone, right? So I recommend doing this every day, maybe, a few minutes. And what's also really happening when the heel is down is you're getting a lot of flexion in this ankle. You can see all these wrinkles. The ankle is working a lot. Again, when the heel's up, it's way less ankle mobility. So just getting the heel down is really going to strengthen these ankles. So again, I'd recommend this every day. And then from here, what we're going to do is we are going to sit and take one leg out straight. So again, strengthening the flexion of our hips, lifting the leg up and down. So basically our left leg is just in a squat, but we're seated. And you're just going to lift and lower the right leg. And you can play with different variations with turning the toes out. That's external rotation. You might find that easier. Or turning the toes straight ahead. That's going to be more in the center of the quads. It's not necessarily better or worse to do either, but just know that you have options to rotate your leg. So I would recommend doing at least 10 of these every day until you get towards your pistol squat. And what we're doing again is we're really strengthening this whole top line of the leg and hip flexion, our psoas, our hip flexors, and our core a little bit. And then we're going to switch legs. So slide this right shin as close to you as you can. You can hold it. And I would point, kind of push through the ball of your foot. So it's kind of a pointed foot. So the ball of your foot presses forward, but your toes can reach back. So just activate the foot. Try not to make it passive, but engage the toes, pushing through the ball of the foot. And again, you can rotate your thigh out and do a few with this more of an external rotation. Keep your spine as tall as possible. So try not to round the back. So again, get the chest right up on that bent leg. So the crown of the head's lifting up. And we have to stay tall in the spine, because once we start doing this standing, you're going to need that. So once you get to your 10, let's come back into our squat. And I want you to play with just standing up nice and slow, keeping your feet hip width, and then coming back down. See if you can go all the way down with the heels down. You can take the arms forward. You can make it more challenging with the arms up by the ears. And moving nice and slow, really articulating all of your muscles, You're hinging at your hips, which means you're not rounding your back, so your booty sticks back a little bit. Your chest finds your thighs. And we'll do 3 more like this together. And just notice where your weight is in your feet. Really grip the ground. Keep yourself balanced and even in your feet. Strengthening the legs. I highly recommend doing this barefoot like me. Last one. Great, and we're gonna move to some single leg work for the glutes. So find something to step onto, and I'm gonna stand to the side of it. And we're just going to lift the hip and let the right leg drag. So you can bring your hands on your hips. If you want to make this more challenging, you could hold some weight. Press through your left heel and rise up and slowly come down. Keeping your belly engaged, keeping your core engaged. Try to keep the foot kind of forward slightly because obviously it's forward in a pistol squat. So don't let it drag back. You could even reach it forward slightly if that feels available and interesting. So we'll just do 5 of these. You should feel the whole outer left glute working. Again, you want to move slow, especially on the negative. So coming down really, really slow. Cool, and ideally you have a flat surface. This is like not totally flat, but it's the best I got for now. So switch sides. Again, try to keep the weight even, but really root through the heel as you rise up. Keep the left leg slightly forward. Keep your belly engaged, core engaged. So slightly heavying the tailbone, feeling the ribs draw in a bit. Feeling the core activated. Move slow, keeping the knee over the middle of the foot and over the ankle as best you can. So try not to lean too far forward. Okay, and then we're going to take a seat and extend one leg out as we would be doing in a pistol squat. And you're just going to press into the opposite leg and stand up and come back down. So this right leg stays as straight as you can have it. And it's kind of like a mini pistol squat. Instead of coming up from the ground, we're coming up from a chair. And I didn't say it, but if it's really hard for you to keep your legs straight, you could grab your toe or take your hands here. This would be making it a little bit easier. So I would say it's like an assist. Otherwise, do it on your own. Really, again, pushing through the ball of the straight leg foot. Sitting back nice and slow. That one was a little wobbly. Switch legs. So I would do at least 5 of these. So again, just keeping the knee as much as you can over the ankle, over the center of the foot. Left leg you're pushing through. Rising and pausing just as you hit the chair. So really teaching your body to be strong in this shape. And then we will move on. One more. Cool, so we can get rid of our step. And next we're gonna come back onto the floor and we'll be in a little squat. And I'm gonna allow you to sit back, roll back, come back up, and see if you can just lean into one foot and lift that bottom leg. So just a little kind of core exercise, switching legs. Try to lift your booty up and point and lift the bottom leg. So lower, come back up, switch legs. Booty up, lift the leg. So eventually we'll push right through and we'll stand all the way up and go all the way back down. Now, if you're pretty flexible and strength is hard, grab your toe. That definitely will make it easier. But eventually, you can work with the leg straight, no assist. And the leaning back just gives you like a little momentum. And that's it, guys. Thanks for joining my pistol squat progression. I'm sweating, so hopefully you got some good workout in, and I'll see you in the next practice. Bye.